All right, boys and girls, watch lovers, watch snobs. I really don't think any watch snobs are watching this, but anyways, welcome to the Humble Watch Guy at Watch This Humble Guy, and we're gonna talk about some nice mechanical watches, or why you should get a mechanical watch. I mean, if you're not getting a quartz watch, you're getting a mechanical, and what are the cons and what are the pros of getting something like that. Yeah, so, well, the way I see it, they have a little bit more of a soul. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the tick tick of a seconds hand. I like that smoother ish sweep. I actually dig the sweeps that aren't that smooth when you can actually see the ticking, but the six ticks per second, or somewhere around those lines. That's you get the feel of the mechanical motion rather than something that just sweeps. I think that's a little bit on the boring side as well. So yeah, that's my main reason for actually liking them. As far as what goes into making even a really simple movement, it takes someone with huge knowledge to get it to work properly, or pretty much work at all, to be honest. So, so that's a cool thing as well. And I got a couple of cheapos in front of me, being the humble guy that I am. So it's a couple of Seiko 5s with automatic movements, see-through case back. You can see the rotor doing its thing, rocking around, powering the watch. And yeah, so besides that, what's the cons? Well, I get nervous if I have a battery driven watch. After a couple of years, you never know how much battery life is left in it. At least not in most of them. I mean, some watches like Citizen have like a power. When the power goes down, it ticks less ticks per second. Normally, that's with the echo drive movements and solar powered movements, and actually the what's it called, the kinetic movements, from Seiko, for instance. And not less, lesser ticks with the second hand, so it might tick just once every third second or something like that, to let you know that it's probably time to change the battery. But I don't want to be stranded without a working watch. That really gets me nervous, not knowing that it works. If I got a mechanical watch, I know that if I bought it new, or if I know how old it is, then I can pretty much say, well, it's gonna run for 10 years or something like that. I mean, these 7S26 movements are really reliable in that sense. You can, it's not gonna keep perfect time, but it's gonna run, and you can rely on it if you set it every other day or something like that, and it's gonna be perfectly fine to use every day for 10 years. So that's one of my major things, actually, that I don't want to be stranded without a watch, and I don't want to carry around another watch. I actually do that sometime, if I go out to a pub or something and I'm not sure what watch I'm gonna wear. I put on the one I think I'm like to wear, but maybe I bring something else as well, and change midnight. Yeah, that's just how I work. I always wear a watch as long as I'm not working. I always got a watch on me. So yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the hand wound movements, because sort of the same thing like with the batteries. Something you need to do. With automatics, you just wear them and they're absolutely fine. Even if you put them down for a couple of days or so, most watches have a power reserves of around 40 hours. So you can just put it on your wrist again, and it's gonna work fine. And most watches actually have a you can wind it, you know, like with the crown as well, so you can top it up a little bit before you put it on. And I absolutely recommend that you do that, you know, to be on the safe side. And if it's a Seiko with a 7S26 with no hand wind, you can do that shuffle thing, you know, for like 10 seconds before you put it on, and you should have given it a little bit more life, you know, for it to work. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. Yeah, I think when once you get bitten by the mechanical bug, most other things doesn't feel as fun, you know, other types of watches. For me, they always are the ones that have the most soul. I mean, I do wear quartz watches anyway, but you know, it's not, you know, it's not the same thing. It really isn't, and I do enjoy the see-through case backs of these cheapos. I mean, you can buy these for like $60 or something, and they're gonna be serve you absolutely beautiful for 10 years. And you know, you can even sell them and get some money back after that if you don't want to you know, give them a service, because that's probably gonna cost you around 150, or if you don't know someone that will do it, you know, like for a case of beer or something like that. I hope that when it gets time to service all of my mechanical watches, that I gotten to know someone that can, you know, give me a little bit of a deal. That would be perfect. So yeah, that's it, I guess. I don't really do wristwatch checks, but I'm wearing my Hamilton Khaki King, the most expensive watch that I own actually, and it's a beauty. All right, take care of yourselves. Have a really good night, and goodbye.